Awakening Part 2. Let's see, today is October 30th, 2019. Coming down from Mill Creek Road, again, way up yonder, my dad's ashes. Dealing with power outages, dealing with fires, dealing with theft. Just recently had my arcade game broken into in my house, a bunch of my stuff taken, money, bike wheel, and I'm not being treated very favorably at where I'm living. This Halloween I'll be playing a guy that's very scared of the tweakers that live around me and guarding my shit. I didn't go to the drag bomb, and I'm probably not going to the Prime Time show because I have to watch over my crap down at the south end of town in Ukiah, and this is going to be very interesting. And it's just a thing that I'm dealing with called reality of living around methamphetamine addicts. It's just kind of shitty. I have had problems with these kind of people before for 20 some years, and it's not really all that fun. I wish I had some kind of spooky story to tell you, but the only spooky story I got to tell you is that socioeconomics of Mendocino County are deteriorating. There's way too much crime here, and we've come across a precipice of crime that is constantly rising, and people claiming to be one's friend are lying to other people, and it is a constant battle. It isn't negotiation. It's an unfair system of it's an unfair system, and it's not fair to innocent people to have their stuff ripped off, and it's not fair for people to be living in poverty, and it's not fair for people that are just trying to rebuild their lives to be constantly ripped off by people that think they're stronger and better than other people. It's just not fair, and it's not good. I think that all drugs need to be legalized, because if we did that, then we wouldn't have such a problem. Because, I mean, if you're doing something bad, like something violent or going crazy, then you should go to jail. And I believe that it's a very, bad thing when people are doing bad things, that they can just continue to do bad things, and it's just not fair for innocent people to be taken advantage of and be bitched out for the wrong reasons. And it's not the American way. It doesn't represent a strong union. It doesn't represent a balance between Democrat, Republican. It doesn't represent a good management system. It doesn't represent a good organized plan to be able to make this country any better than it is, because we're not facing the problems. We're ignoring some of the problems, and when we continue to keep drugs illegal, we're letting people have to go to outer sources to get what they need, just like the prohibition that happened in the 20s and 30s in the United States with alcohol, and people had to go and outsource and make moonshine, and that's where we have some of our money from, but and bring it in from other countries. It's just not fair. It's not a good thing, and I believe that if we were able to rationalize, organize, and try to make our drug laws more balanced and more correct, we would be able to have people being treated more correctly. We would have a better quality of hard drugs on the market. Marijuana is an herb, and that's not going to change, but the quality of methamphetamine, cocaine, opioids, and all the other stuff is really bad that's on the streets right now, and it's turning people from decent people into hardened criminals who are pretty muchly rotten in multiple manners. Not only mentally, morally, but also physically and in their brain, and it's not good for their bodies, and it's not good for this county or Northern California or this state or any other place actually in the world, because if you look at the heroin problems, the meth problems, and all the other problems all over the world, it has to deal with, a lot of the stuff has to deal with the legalization of drugs. When you start talking about drugs and control, we can also talk about things like MK Ultra and systematic administration of drug use, like psychedelics in controlled environments. Uh, when I say MK Ultra, some of you may be thinking about Stranger Things, but some of that stuff isn't that far from the truth, because we don't know how much these altered states people, all these people under altered states are. What are we doing? What is the system doing with these people under all this systematic administration? Are they being used as an energy source, or possibly like a portal, or are they just being used as a statistical analysis unit to be able to try to figure out new and better ways to be able to abuse people through mental abuse? I think that sometimes people are being programmed specifically in mind control operations because of the fact that, I mean, I've seen people being changing through drug use over years and years and years and years of drug use, and I don't know what the hell to say sometimes, and it's just really confusing to me, because I believe that we are in a bad place sometimes, and I think that we should be in a better place, and I think that better drug laws, better treatment, as well as a better mental health system would help filter out a lot of the criminal arrests, as well as filling up the California and federal penitentiary system through some transparency, some care, and a little bit more patience with the some of the people that are arrested that should be just that, patience. And I believe that care starts at the beginning, and I think that we need to start paying attention and start caring, because our country and our state and our county, and there's parts of our world that are being very deeply affected by socioeconomics, drug laws, and human treatment, and I think we need a better world, because this one right now needs a little bit of help.